The police continue to walk through all the possibilities with Wendi. For 8 hours, they talk about all the people who might have something against Dan Markel. Wendi does not hold back in this interview. She talks about how bad the divorce was. She talks about how Dan was emotionally abusive to her. She talks about how she wants to get down to Miami. You know, she doesn't pull any punches. It's all out there.
He never hurt me physically, but he was emotionally abusive.
Okay.
And I didn't tell most people that, so all most people know is it just didn't work out. So other than my family, who saw the way he treated me, he told everyone around the community that I was mentally ill, because only a crazy person would leave him.
Do you know anybody that would have a beef against your ex-husband?
She talked about a guy she knew. She was dating, Jeffrey Lacasse.
He didn't like Danny because Danny hurt me. I see why he's a good suspect. Like, what if it's Jeff? Like, then I did this by asking for some time away from him. I made him crazy.
Lacasse himself comes into the police station to give his own interview.
Your name did come up,
of course,
because you were associated at some point with Wendi.
Of course.
Which is
spent a lot of time with Wendi. I don't think anybody's been with Wendi more than me in the last 6 months. I don't know if you met Wendi?
not personally.
She's very charismatic. I'm not the only man that's been under her thumb in that way. I mean, she really has this charisma and this sexuality, and so, you know, you throw yourself in front of a bus for this girl. This is a new kind of thing for me. But I was in love with this girl, man, so it was hard.
Jeff's interview, maybe more so than Wendy's, is extraordinary because he's a boyfriend who is in the process of breaking up with Wendi, and it's a contentious breakup by both of their admissions.
You've never had any kind of physical contact with Danny?
No. I'm surprised you guys didn't call me earlier, though, because I probably said 100 times in public that I like to kick his ass, because he kept, like, really making me suffer and things like that.
Right.
But no, I would never. I'm a professor. I'm not going to do anything like that. No.
He's right up front about saying that he didn't like this guy. He also has an ironclad alibi. He was out of town.
I stayed at a really crappy Days Inn, maybe 20 miles south of Atlanta.
He's got the receipts. He was not here, so that immediately puts him in the clear.
But right away, something clicks in his head, and he seems to say, I think I know what happened. But he's worried. He has something that he wants to tell police, but he's not going to do it unless there's some sort of guarantee in place.
I have something I want to tell you, but I want it off there. I'm more concerned about my safety with what I'm going to tell you, to be honest. So Danny Markel just got killed, and I don't want to be next. I'm sorry if that sounds paranoid, but I do have some ideas.
And Lacasse points to none other than Wendy's family, her parents and brother who run that very successful South Florida dental clinic.
The family desperately wants her back in South Florida. They hate Danny in a way I've never seen. This kind of obsession. Like, their hobby is hating Danny.
And family friends like the Greenbergs also tell police about the toxic family dynamics between Dan and the Adelsons.
I think they're mean. I think to do some of the stuff that they did during this divorce with Danny is just not reasonable.
Hi, Mom, how's it going? I need you to sit down.
Then there's another point in the interview where she has to tell her mother that her ex was murdered, and she calls her mom and tells her.
Danny has been shot.
There was a point where she was just kind of saying she was relieved to find that her mom was surprised at the news.
Well, my parents sounded really surprised, so it's at least a relief. I was trying to think of who would be angry enough to do something to him. My parents would be angry, but they're not capable of this. Thank God. I really couldn't handle that right now.
I think everything was going through her head at that time. She had to be wondering, my God, would she be so crazy to come up here and do something?
My parents had more reason to dislike Danny than almost anyone else. He hurt their daughter. But even my family, who felt like I had been mistreated, would never do something like this. Never.
So Wendi leaves the police station, and later, through her attorney, she says, my family had nothing to do with this. And as the Tallahassee police are talking to eyewitnesses, persons of interest, fielding tips from the hotline, they're also pulling videos from the closed-circuit cameras that caught Dan's movements that day. And it's here that they get their first big lead. When they look at the footage from the cameras outside Dan's gym, they see that when Dan's Accord left the lot that morning, another car was following him.
They were able to figure out that the Prius was at Premier Fitness, where Dan was. They were able to drill down on this Prius, tracking down this one car out of millions.
It was a break, the first big break.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.